So thus far, you've put out a preview for the movie trailer. Can you tell us about how it's been received and how different people have perceived your project?
Yeah, we put out a trailer, and there's some outtake clips as well, and we've received a really, really big positive response from people globally, and it's been really nice, because one of the things when starting this project, we wasn't too sure how people would take it. Some people from the outset were just like, I don't want to get involved, don't want to talk about it, it's negative and all these type of things. But I would say 98% of people have been really positive in regards to everything we've done. YouTube has blown up, our Facebook page has blown up, so it's just nice to see that we're not the only people who were like, actually, let's look at this properly. And once we've done this, people are like, yeah, finally someone's telling this story as it should have been told how many odd years ago. So we're just glad to be part of it.
Did you create the film with any particular target audiences in mind?
With this film, there is no particular target audience in mind as such. I mean, people may call it a black film. I personally wouldn't, because I know about Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, all these other religions. So why should traditional African religion not be the same? So for me, there is no particular target audience. I think anyone who's interested in spirituality, anyone who's interested in looking in their cultural background, anyone who's just interested in history in general, just trying to understand how we all fit together in our belief systems, I think it just makes sense if you want to have a holistic understanding of everything. Okay.
What about controversy? I'm quite intrigued to know whether there's been any controversy and whatnot.
Personally, I don't think it's a controversial subject, but many people obviously do. We haven't really got into any controversial arguments with people, but I know that there's many people who feel that there's a stigma behind what we're doing, or they actually think that we're, I don't know, some cult members or something, I don't know, because we're actually trying to even address the subject. But for me, I think if you're about learning and about research and understanding, then no topic should be off limits, and that's how I stay. As a filmmaker, I think topics that are considered taboo are actually probably one of the best topics to be explored.
Okay, so you wanna?
Yeah, well, I think the subject itself has already been made controversial, and it's been made controversial for a number of reasons, This is why, for me, I felt the need that it needs to be brought to light, because we cannot speak of, we throw the word culture around a bit, and especially when it comes to black people, if it's not about dancing or drumming or singing or rapping, this is what we seem to deem as black people's culture. But you cannot find any cultural group of people who don't have a religious framework, or let's not even use religious, a spiritual framework behind them, where they have this conception of who or what brought them about. So there's something missing from the black experience. We cannot speak about culture when we cannot even talk of a God being that brought us here. So and as I said, the topic is made controversial only through Hollywood. Every time it's brought up, it's somebody who's doing something with the notion of devil or
throwing
Satan.
some bones in a bowl and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
right.
that's
okay. So what's next for the movie? What are your plans from now?
Well, the plans for the movie, there are 2 screenings in May.
Can you tell us where they are?
At the Ritzy in Brixton. On the 7th of May is the first screening at the Ritzy. It's from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Admission is £10. You can book online, or you can buy tickets from the Ritzy in advance. The second screening is on the 28th of May, also at the Ritzy in Brixton, South London. The timings are 6:30 to 8:30. Once again, you can get tickets online, or you can get tickets at the Ritzy. After that, the DVD will be available to purchase on Amazon.co.uk.
And any subsequent screenings will be announced on our Facebook page or YouTube page. And that's Long Belly TV for YouTube, and Ancestral Voices, Esoteric African Knowledge on Facebook.
The links will be appearing at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, any message for people who follow what you do and stuff like that?
I would just say thank you to all the people who have supported us on the Facebook page. We've had an unprecedented amount of followers and just positive responses. People are already asking us to make a part 2 because they want to be involved. Are you
surprised by the reception that you've had to the film?
I guess I'm surprised by the volume of people who've come with their positive responses, but at the same time I'm not surprised it has been well received in general, because there's a need for it. There's a blatant gap in the market. So for us to take on this project, it wasn't anything that we kind of thought would be a struggle, because we knew that there's people out there who have this opinion but their voices are not heard. So we thought, cool, we're going to open up that platform for debate.
Yeah, my final words or messages regarding the documentary is basically this: that as we're living in this information age and this age of religious tolerance, we still can't have one topic that as soon as you bring up, people say automatically it has to do with devil worship, especially when people are not coming from a place of knowing or a place of knowledge. You know, the minute you bring up the topic of African spirituality, everyone starts to say juju is obeah, is negative, is destructive, when they don't really know anything about it. They've not done any research about it and coming totally from a place of ignorance, but they'll present it as they're coming from a place of knowledge. You know, best example, Pat Robinson, this Christian guy in the States, when the earthquake hit Haiti, he said it was because of a pact they made with the devil. Since then, there's been earthquakes and tsunamis in New Zealand, in Australia, and recently in Japan. He never came back on TV to mention about Australia or New Zealand. As I've already said, to me, this stereotypical negative view of African spiritual systems itself has a racial bias when you really look at it. So this documentary is essential for people to actually get a true understanding of what they've never known all along. That's why it's key.
Thank you very much.